Hello, good very early morning to you. I'm going to do a quick radar live update or a live loop update. We are probably about 4 to 6 hours away from a potential landfall, depending on what happens here. So if you can see this little white arrow here, I am there in Dauphin Island, Alabama. So at the beginning of this short loop, for me it looks like it wants to wobble to the left a little bit. Now I have another graphic here, and it was the 1 a.m. update, where you can see that the subtropical or tropical storm Alberto has moved north, and then it has wobbled to the west for a decent amount of time, and it seems to have moved north again, and then it looks like, if you look at the animated that I was just showing you, it looks like to me it might be wobbling again to the left or to the west. So if you see where the convection is beginning and the darker clouds and the thunderstorms are building around the center, it seems like it's wanting to wobble off to the left. Maybe not. It may be holding true in just the way the image looks, but I've seen these for so many years that will do some interesting things as they approach shore. So right now at this trajectory, for us here at Dauphin Island, if this stayed on course, going roughly, making landfall here, the width of the storm should still bring us some good weather here. Or not, I say good, I just mean in terms of actually doing a video and having some live footage. But it should be a pretty potent storm if it does wobble in one direction or the other. So anyway, I think it looks like Panama City, Pensacola, Destin, Tallahassee maybe are probably already starting to see some pretty good weather. So I'd love to hear some comments about how the weather is in that neck of the woods. I've spoken to someone from Panama City. Hope they're well. I'd love to hear what's going on there. Someone in Tallahassee. Hope all's well there. I'd love to hear some updates or a message about what the weather's doing there. But again, I hate to always bring up the Katrina, but I watched a storm come in much bigger, again, different rodeo, that got very close and then wobbled its way a state over. So we'll see what happens here, but I still think there is a potential that this does make a landfall, and I'll kind of get as close as I can. Sorry for my layman laboratory here, but I see center, so it looks like if it held that trajectory, it would make landfall roughly in this area. I'd love to hear your comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it would make landfall here unless something just pulls it immediately northward. So if that was the case, I think we should be in for an interesting morning here in Alabama, or at least in Dauphin Island. I know in Gulf Shores would be right in the thick of things. Pensacola, Destin, Panama City, Tallahassee. Very interesting early season storm. So it's a pleasure to keep the grind going, and I'll keep going. So hey, I made it this far, so I might as well stick it out. So I'll talk to you soon, maybe at daybreak, maybe sooner. But take care. One other image here, by the way, is a more of a Doppler-based image. This one is basically a projected path model that this kind of shifts and moves as it goes. But on this one, let me find my cursor here. Here it is. So there I am again, where that magnifying glass is. That's me. Right there, like on the east side of that island. So again, here is the center of circulation, and it looks like it is about right there. Alright, so it looks like on this trajectory, that it would be probably right where that line is going. So I don't, if it comes in on that angle, I don't know how much weather I will get, or we will get in Dauphin Island. So I'd love to hear your comments on that, because hey, messaging's great late when I'm trying to stay up till daylight. So hey, question is, will I get weather right there in Dauphin Island? What do you think? Here's the center, and there I am. We'll see what happens. Anyway, hopefully I hear something. If not, I appreciate you watching. Sorry to bore you, but it's a late night, so hopefully we have a good morning. See ya. Thanks.